Right. What is good, everybody? I have a very special guest I'm bringing on to me. I'd like to introduce you all to Nithin Ramachandra. If anybody knows about the Yankees, minor league, and major league players, Nithin's the man who knows this stuff. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about some, more recent events that he's done. He's done stuff with Luis Severino, Nestor Cortez. Even did one with Frankie Edgar, UFC fighter, UFC champion, and a lot of other folks. So we'll get into details with that. But Nathan, I want to thank you for coming on. Welcome to the 161. How you doing, man?
Hey, by the way, Jason, thank you for having me. And your show is amazing, awesome, and you give the fans updates every second when news happens. You're always on the YouTube and you give the updates, so that's awesome. And your show, like I said, your show is awesome. And we collaborated before. So to your fans, if your fans don't know, we both interviewed John Jaso, former MLB catcher, first baseman. So he was able to help me out with that show. And Jason, you keep doing a great job. And thank you again for having me. And this is let's get it. And because a lot of news are happening fast and rapid in baseball, and it's not over yet. It's still a lot of moves to go. So
It's hot stuff is just warming up, man. It's just warming up. And folks,
yeah.
he works, most intimately with the AA, the Somerset Patriots for the Yankees. So he's got a great knowledge of guys like Anthony Volpe and all the Austin Wells and all the other guys that are playing there, Jason Dominguez and whoever else. So he's the guy to listen to. And we're going to talk about guys that we should be looking out for that are not the obvious. Like we already know about Jason Dominguez and Volpe and these guys, but who should we be looking out for? And we're going to talk about that a little bit. But like, what's your thoughts before we get into that? What are your thoughts about what's going on with what the Yankees have done, what they have not done? What's your take on it?
Well, I'm happy that Judge is back on a 9-year. To be honest, it's not really. It's not a new player. It's obviously getting a familiar face back. But the issue is, it's still the same exact team that we had last year. I feel like Hal Steinbrenner. I mean, obviously they're. I don't know. We've been hearing reports that they're working on something else big, huge. We don't know what it is. It's maybe Carlos Correa. We don't know. Buster only mentioned it on the radio station, and I don't know what to believe now. But I mean, in my opinion, the Yankees have a lot of holes to fill still. Obviously, they got their big piece back, Aaron Judge, so they don't have to worry about that. They need another pitcher. Carlos Rondon is out there, and they've been pursuing him heavy. So let's see how many. The issue is that when it comes to Rondon is the price and the years. So I don't know if Hal's going to do that or not. But let's see what happens in that area. But I think they need another outfield bat too, like Andrew Benintendi or Michael Brantley, or Brian Reynolds even. So a lot of things here can happen for the Yankees in the next few days or probably next year. But I think things are looking up for the Yankees, and Hal Steinbrenner. I feel like Hal Steinbrenner's. I think he's finally trying to turn the page for the fans and make this team more exciting again.
Yeah, and I would agree. And to your point too, I mean, yeah, they brought back Judge, makes a lot of folks happy. They brought back Anthony Rizzo, and they brought in Tommy Kahnle, blast.
Yeah.
Also got Kahnle, and Junior Fernandez from waivers from the Pirates. That's all they've done so far. They haven't gotten better, but their payroll's gotten much bigger. So, and there's still work to be done. Like you said, they need a left fielder, another starter.
Yeah.
Rumblings about the Yankees are preparing an offer right now for Rodon. It's supposed to be out, and he's apparently, I just saw he's supposed to make his decision Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday. Oh, wow!
I just saw that about 10 minutes ago. So hopefully that remains true. Apparently his preference is the Yankees, and apparently they're the leaders. But I don't know how true that is because they haven't given him an offer yet. So, and this is the thing, but we hear a lot of stuff about the Yankees. Are in on something big, right? But we don't know what that something big is. And Michael Kay kind of echoed Buster Olney sentiments too this week too, and he said they're in on something big, which is aside from Rodon. So could it be a Correa? I don't know. I also heard stuff. I put out on it as well that Steve Cohen is looking to make one final move now that he's done with his pitching, and he's looking to bring in Carlos Correa for third base.
Wow.
Yeah, and if anybody's going to do it, it would be him. But and this is the thing, like we keep hearing the Yankees are in on this, Yankees are in. There's a lot of lip service, but then we wake up, the Mets and made another move. It's crazy because like the guy Mastaka Yoshida, he was
Yeah.
posted even 24 hours. He was a Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
So Kodai Senga just got posted. He's a Met. And why is it? Why do you think it takes the Yankees so long to prepare offers? Why does
I
it
think
take?
like Brian Cashman loves to say, we're doing our background work, and I feel like they operate on their own system, which is not a good thing sometimes because you see all these good players coming off the market. Like for example, uh, actually I'll take remember the free. Let's go back to when Tanaka was posted. How did the Yankees they pounced on that quick, right? Or no, it took them some time, right?
Yeah, a couple days later, and they were
Yeah,
at that point the favorites too. I think it was
yeah.
between the Boston Red Sox and chose the Yankees. But yeah,
So when it comes to like those type of offers, I feel like the Yankees do more background work on these players than any other teams, which is a good thing. But it can come to I think it's also could be a bad thing too. But um, I think I think the Yankees the Yankees have to offer Carlos Rendon. They're going to offer him a contract. We just don't know what kind of years or. I think they're coming up with the offer right now. But I feel like in my opinion, when it comes to the offers, I think the Yankees operate on their own system, and then Hal gives them the green light. In my opinion,
I think it's Cashman is kind of the kryptonite. Scott Boras goes to the moon.
yeah,
Cashman likes the low ball, and then they try to compromise in between. Like I don't think the Yankees have any chance at Rodon if they don't give him at least 6 years.
yeah.
Zero chance. And they were at 5 years. And I just heard today they've agreed now to do the $30 million per year
Oh,
request.
okay.
So, but 5 years, 130 is not going to cut it. It's going to have to be 6 years, and probably 180, which is 30 per year, to put them in the driver's seat to land this guy. I know Boras is looking for the 7th year, and he's notorious for this waiting, dragging out for agency to get some team to drastically overpay.
Mhm.
He's notorious for it. That's why people like him. So one of the reasons why people like him. So I could see that happening too, which is why I think if the Yankees are going to make an offer, it's got to be strong right off the bat, strong enough for him to say, you know what, I don't want to wait for a 7th year. It's got to be. He just turned 30 yesterday, so now he's 30. So I mean, the Yankees would be wise to jump on this and jump on it now. I think it's pointless to offer less than 6 years. You're not going to get him.
And if you think about this, if the Yankees do get him, he slides into your second spot in the rotation right away. So you got Cole, Rodon, Severino. That's a heck of a rotation right there. If everybody stays healthy, that could be a top rotation in the American League. And obviously, we don't know what Montez will bring. He's a question mark, but I love our depth. That if we get Rodon, I think you're set there. I think you're just worried about if I think we have enough depth where you don't have to get another pitcher because Rodon will take care of that if we get him.
Yeah,
So,
and to your point too, I like the righty lefty balance. Cole righty, Rodon lefty, Severino righty, Nestor Cortez lefty. I like the righty lefty dynamic that they can throw out there on a regular basis and keep people off balance. So, but like you said too, the one thing I'm kind of starting to believe more that the big thing that apparently working on, because the only thing bigger than Rodon right now in free agency is probably Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a smokescreen. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, that also, like you said too, bringing in Correa doesn't solve the left field problem. They're still going to need a left fielder, right? So, which leads me to believe there's probably like one or two teams who could be fits for a trade. The Pirates with Brian Reynolds. They also have a reliever called David Bednar, their closer. He's need another reliever. That could be a blockbuster trade, right? Or if you go to Diamondbacks, maybe get a reliever. Gallon and one of these young outfield, you could do that too. So it's got to be like a multiplayer trade, in my opinion. And that's to me that's going to be bigger than Rodon. I don't know anything else unless they're coming at it somewhere crazy and getting a monster trade. But like, I don't see anything else. Do you?
Man, I love these Diamondbacks outfielders. Man, they can play. I think I feel like. Yeah, if it's a trade route, then it's either the Pirates. They're talking to the Pirates or Diamondbacks. I think they're focused on those two teams if it's a trade. But if it's a free agent, I think it's Carlos Correa. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I guess we have so much. They have so many infielders, and like obviously I know the Yankees farm system, but I feel like if they get Correa, that means you got to try and get rid of Gleyber Torres. I think he has to go, and then
He's
you keep Donaldson at third, and then you keep and then put DJ at second, and then yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. But in my opinion, I think I think it's gonna be trade route, and I feel like there's gonna be focus on the Pirates and the Diamondbacks.
and and to your point too, like if they can find a way to move Josh Donaldson, right?
Yeah.
Then it makes it easier for them to bring in Carlos Correa and play him at third while keeping a guy like Oswald Peraza at shortstop, to me. And then you have DJ at second, and then at some point, when Anthony Volpe is ready, you can bring him up at second because it seems to be his profile's better there. It looks like, but his
Yeah.
body type. And then you have a couple of utility guys. You have DJ. You've got Oswaldo Cabrera if they don't trade him. But I would agree with you too. Like trading Torres is probably a good idea. They have enough to withstand moving him because they could play Cabrera or they could play DJ, and you've got Rizzo at first, and it makes it easier for them to kind of bring in a guy like Correa. But the crazy thing is, and I put out a video on this, and I talked about where the Mets pay before talk about Correa after Senga, their payroll is at $345 million with the penalties because they're a second-time offender now at the Steve Cohen threshold. They're paying 90 cents on the dollar, so their payroll right now goes up to 421.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was that Jeff Passan put that out.
Wow.
Okay, $421 million. That's payroll and penalties.
That's crazy.
A lot, yeah. And if you add Correa to that, right, that goes up to 451. And then you add more penalties, another 15 million, whatever it is. You're looking at almost $500 million.
Oh my God.
And that's never been approached.
Nope.
That's been pretty much doubled a payroll before, so that's uncharted territory. So, but Steve Cohen has shown a willingness to do this stuff, and Hal has not. So, I mean, I give Steve Cohen credit. Spending all that money is not going. Even if they get Correa, that's not going to guarantee them the World Series either.
Nope.
But again, if he does it, that's ballsy. That's ballsy. And again, there's probably just a few teams. It sounds like the Dodgers are not going in on Correa, so that makes it a little bit easier for the Yankees. But
I feel like I've been hearing. I heard something someone said on Twitter that John Heyman said Dansby Swanson is in play for the Dodgers.
Swanson is, and the Cubs too.
Yeah, Cubs. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be the least expensive. Like if Xander Boegarts has got $280 million, I don't see a scenario where Correa gets less than $300 million.
Yeah.
2 years younger. Correa's the youngest of all the shortstops. So he's going to cost a lot of money. And again, he's rep by Boras, just like Correa is rep by Boras. So these two big dogs are both rep by the same agent who loves doing stuff. So,
and the question is if they're working on, if it's true out there, they're working on something big. If it's Correa, that means Hal I think he's committed, like in the 08 or 09 free agency when they did the spending spree. I think if Correa somehow comes to New York, I think Hal changed it, and I think he's willing to go above the threshold.
Well, and that's the thing. So they're currently at about 265 right now.
Yeah.
Let's say they get Rodon for 30, 295, and then Correa for 30, 325. Okay. And then they're only a first-time offender at that level. So their penalties will be 50 cents on the dollar instead of 90 cents on the dollar. So it'll be a little bit different. And they have about 70 million coming off the books next year. So they'll get back down under it and reset something. But I don't know. I mean, I would love for that to happen. I mean, if they got Correa and
Rodon
and somebody like Brian Reynolds
on
the cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Arizona outfielders, but I like Brian Reynolds better right now because he's closer to his prime. You want to take advantage of these guys that we have now. Their prime. Brian Reynolds is the perfect guy to put there and not a developmental player. So, but if they got one of these young kids from Arizona with tons of control, fine. And think about it that way. You have Correa at third, Peraza at short. Like, they're going to have to give up a bolo for Brian Reynolds. And I think they could get him without giving up Peraza. They don't need a shortstop. They have O'Neal Cruz. Okay. They've got Brian Hayes at third. They don't need him essentially, but they'll probably ask for him.
Yeah.
But,
I
would lead a package with Jason Dominguez.
Oh yeah. They might ask for Jason Dominguez in that trade for sure. And would you? Here's the thing: I would revisit the Marlins trade that was close to happening with the Gleyber Torres and Pablo Lopez. I would revisit that too, just to see if that can go through. Because if you can get Pablo Lopez and Rodon in that rotation, ooh, watch out.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. That would be nice. I mean, we got to get Rodon locked up first. I
Yeah,
think. I mean,
yeah,
Yankees got to do this, man.
yeah.
Because the longer we wait, the more time a mystery team has to come in. Somebody, I heard the Cardinals today are a mystery team now. So
Hmm.
uh, I don't know. They just brought in Wilson Contreras. So
Yeah.
so anything's possible. Anything's possible. But you're right. I mean, like I would look at a team like the Detroit Tigers to trade
Mm.
Gleyber Torres too. For somebody like Gregory Soto, their closer. That would be a nice trade. And he's good friends with Javi Baez over there, so it could work, I think.
Oh, wow.
But we'll see. But now, like you speaking of these minor league guys, I mean, the Rule 5 draft just happened. I'm
Yeah.
very happy that Andres Chaparro did not get
Yeah.
taken.
Yeah.
They left him unprotected. Nobody took him, which surprised me. But again, this is an opportunity for him to maybe get a little bit of major league exposure this year. And if anybody deserves it, it's him. Look at his
Yeah.
production. I mean,
He
he
he killed it this season. He
yeah,
we watched it firsthand when we were covering the games, and this guy can hit the ball. He has some power to his bat. Obviously, third baseman. I compared him to a mini Miguel Cabrera a little bit, but yeah. So he improved a lot coming through the farm system, and now he's a much better all around player, good defender. Good hitter, obviously, and he can play DH. He can do everything: first base, third base, DH. So this is I'm happy that he's staying and no one picked him up. And this is a year. He can't let down. He got to keep going up, and hopefully next year he can continue his growth. And he definitely has a chance to probably come up with the Yankees if there's injuries happening. So keep an eye. Yankee fans should be keeping an eye on Andre Chaparro. I'm really excited to see him again to cover him again next year. But he is a special talent. It works hard every day. So
yeah, I like that advanced bat that he has. I mean,
yeah.
they've done a great job at the minor leagues, like Double A and Triple A, and even
Mhm.
lower than that, just developing these hitters, man. I mean, who else should we be looking for at whatever level, hitters or pitchers? I mean, can you think of a few people that to tell the fans who they should be looking for?
Yeah, the fans should be really excited for Will Warren again. This pitcher, Will Warren, he is exciting to watch and a great pitcher, great breaking stuff. I really like his repertoire. We had a couple of them on our show. Carson Coleman, keep an eye on him. Derek Kraft, keep an eye on him. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery. He's working his way back from rehab. He's rehabbing right now, working his way back. Keep an eye on him.
Are these guys at Somerset?
Yeah, Somerset. Yeah,
Okay.
Derek Kraft and also Carson Coleman, and then Aaron McGarity. We also interviewed him. He's a great pitcher, great person, and keep an eye on him. And there's obviously a couple other great players. Jesus Bacidas, the infielder, he's good. And then Tyler Hardman, another great player to watch out for. So we got a lot of great players coming up here, and especially with Somerset, a lot of great talent, and especially Jason Dominguez. If he doesn't get traded, look for him to continue his growth here. But if we do trade him, then there's other outfielder prospects that they should be looking out for too.
Pereira too, right?
Yep, yep.
I personally, the only way I'm trading Dominguez is for somebody really good, somebody who's going to be an impact player, like
I
Brian.
think Brian Reynolds. I agree with you with Brian Reynolds. I think that's the guy we should get.
Yeah, and to me, he's the perfect fit for these guys.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about Clayton Beater and Spencer Jones? What are you hearing about these
Oh,
guys?
Spencer Jones. This guy, this guy is something special. He reminds me of. I'm not saying he's Bryce Harper, but he has a Bryce Harper type of swing, from the left side. Obviously coming from Vanderbilt, a great college program. So he's continuing rising his stock, and he had a great year this year. So keep an eye on him. I think, like I said, he has a type of swing like Bryce Harper. And then who was the other one you said?
Clayton Beater's the
Oh
guy.
yeah, Payne Beater, yeah, well, he's gonna be. This is a name I'm really looking forward to watching too. Again, this guy has nasty stuff. Ever since he got traded from the Dodgers to here, he changed his repertoire and his breaking stuff. His breaking ball is, oh my god, he has one of the best like breaking balls in that league. But yeah, he showed coming here that he could pitch as a starter, and I'm really looking forward to his growth too.
I wonder if they're going to keep him as a starter, like development as well, because I mean they gave up Sears, they gave up Medina, they gave up Chuck in 2 trades. So I think they need to replenish some of that starting pitching. So keeping him there, Luis Hill if he has a good rebound from time to time,
Yeah.
like those teams to be their guys. And I think is Davy Garcia converting from a starter to a reliever?
I think that's the last time I heard. I think so.
Yeah.
He to be honest, I like him as a pitcher, but his develop they're not what do you say? They're not doing it properly with him like what they did with Java. I mean, uh, we got to figure out quickly with this guy, man, because this guy has talented stuff, and obviously he showed it in the majors. But he can't. The problem is his location. He can't locate the ball. He's always missing in the middle, so that's his problem, location. So I don't know if somehow they can get his location back. I can see him as a reliever, but not a starter.
And I saw like a noticeable uptick in his velocity.
Yeah.
Going to the bullpen, he's now throwing 97, 98.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's hitting spots a little bit more differently. He's getting dudes out. Whereas in the major leagues, he struggled after a couple innings. He just like was all over the place. So that might be a good spot for him, like long relief or something like that.
Yeah, this guy can give you multiple innings. Like Michael King. Yeah, so he can be like a King type pitcher if he can get his location right. That's the only thing that's holding him up right now is a location. I want him to do a better job of locating his pitches, reducing the walks, more strikeouts, and then when the runners are on base, just try and keep him off the base, but just focus on pitching to the batter. So that should be his main focus.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we're looking at exciting times. I don't remember the Yankees one being this.
This is I'm as when we covered them, I'm really excited to cover them again because I forgot about Austin Wells. Yankee fans should be excited for Austin Wells. This guy, a special talent catcher. He could play different positions too, but man, this guy is a heck of a catcher. The pitchers we interviewed in person, they said that they loved pitching to him during the year, and he gets along with his teammates, and the chemistry between those pitchers and catcher that it goes. They said it was amazing.
It's crazy too because like there's a lot of talk about him either staying a catcher or moving to first base, right?
Yeah.
We don't know, but there's also talk about like the automated strike zone coming to, which is to me it makes pitch framing like a thing of the past. So how effective is a guy like Jose Trevino going to be if he can't take advantage of that stuff, right? So it'd be nice to see somebody with a different skill set too, like Austin Wells, particularly stay at catcher. So you can have a different dynamic with him and Trevino because Trevino he's here until 2026. And I'm happy to have him. I love him. He was a platinum glove. Like, he did a great job, but he's also light on the bat. And Austin Wells has got a better bat.
Mm-hmm.
And so he might be a nice compliment to a guy like Jose Trevino. I mean, Ben Workfed I like, but he can't stay healthy. He's so big and muscular. It's like Giancarlo Stanton.
You know who Ben reminds me of? Remember Anthony Recker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he the journeyman catcher.
Yeah.
That I feel like he reminds me of him. The body. I'm not saying I don't know the body stature. I think, but he's so to be honest, yeah. I don't think this guy. I don't know why the Yankees even including him in the trade. I don't really like. I don't know. I can't find any information on him, but I don't.
Well, he's got the same expert pitch framing abilities that Trevino has. He hits from the left-handed side. He's got a little bit more pop in his bat, but again, can't stay healthy. So I thought he was going to be a lefty-righty platoon with Trevino. And then we're going to move on from here.
Yeah, all I can say is he's like type Anthony Record player type of player.
I mean, pitch framing is great, but if you can't stay healthy, what's the point? You can't help the team if you can't stay healthy. So, and that's disappointing. I hope that changes. But Austin Wells,
Austin Wells, Yankee fans should be excited for Austin Wells. This guy he's gonna be if he gets called up pretty soon here, I have a feeling he can get called up if he starts off the season strong at Somerset.
Man, Somerset's going to be an exciting time, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope a couple more guys get bumped up to AAA. Volpe got bumped up. I think he's probably going to. If he doesn't make the team out of spring training, I think he'll be up in the midseason. Volpe.
Oh yeah, Volpe's gonna be up for sure mid-season. I can definitely see that mid-season.
I can see it. He's developing. He adapted. He's still with a little bit of a slow start, but he adapted nicely to AAA, man. And they have 50 stolen bases this year too, man. That's a lot. We don't really have dudes stealing a lot of bases, and that's another thing. Like Cabrera, Peraza, all these guys stealing crazy bases. Dominguez, 30 bases each. Like we don't have anybody that does that at the major league level.
No.
Right? Nice to see. So hopefully use that skill set too. That's why I'm hoping that Peraza stays, and I could see Oswaldo Cabrera being used in a trade.
You think so? Oh wow.
Maybe. It depends on who they trade for. So, like, if they ask for Cabrera over Peraza for Brian Reynolds, I'm giving them Cabrera. And I'm keeping Peraza for a shortstop. So it would stink, but like that's unfortunately the price you're gonna have to get for a star player.
Yeah.
So I mean, Cabrera and Dominguez, but I hope they can get him with just Dominguez and like a couple other guys. So, there's enough guys to get there. I hope they can keep Will Warren. Guys like that. I hope they can keep. So it's gonna be interesting to see who they're gonna trade for. And I think the big move is gonna be a trade. And I keep saying I'm feeling that way a little bit more each day because the Correa thing I think is a smokescreen. Unless Hal comes out of nowhere and they've done it before. So unless they come out of nowhere and have a 2009 where you get Correa and Brian Reynolds and Correa, we'd be like, holy crap! Like it'll give the Yankees fans to be like, yeah, man, like be fired up. Like the Mets fans are fired up. We want to feel that way too.
Yeah, if you want that game changer type of player, Carlos Correa is your guy. And I feel like this. I mean, I don't know. I think I still see the trade route, but you never know. Anything can happen. And I think I heard somewhere here on Twitter. I'm looking here that they already talked. Carlos Correa's team talked to the Yankees already, just to see what they could do with the deal. And then I see here, so I don't know if you know Carlos Boegarts or
Baerga.
Yeah, Barriga, I think his name is. He said that he can see Carlos Correa signing with the Cubs, Mets, Yankees, Orioles, Giants, Dodgers, Red Sox, or the Pirates within the next week.
I could see him signing next week too, but I could also see if Boris doesn't get what he wants, him dragging this thing out.
Yeah,
that's what he wants. That's what he does. He's great at it. But again, I think Rodon comes off the books this week.
Oh, you said Tuesday or Wednesday. Oof.
That's what I just saw on Twitter as well. That actually, let me see if I can find out who it is. It sounds. Let me pull it up really quickly here. He's supposed to. It sounds if he's going to make his decision on Tuesday or Wednesday. This is from. It says the word around the league is that Carlos Rodon was make his decision on Tuesday or Wednesday, with the Yankees still seen as the favorites to land him. Giants, Twins, Orioles, or other teams in the mix.
Orioles? What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, they were one game away from making the playoffs. So, you never know. Like they could. I mean, imagine they get Rodon and Correa.
That's gonna be a double whammy.
Yeah, and it's like we expect a big team to get it, but a team like that, and all of a sudden, that could change the entire American League East. It could. Now the Red Sox, I mean, they've lost Boegarts. It doesn't look like they're going to get
the Red Sox. I'm kind of confused what they're doing because they got rid of they let Boegarts go, and they signed this Japanese player. Why not keep him and sign Boegarts if you're going to sign the Japanese player? Plus, they invested in the bullpen, which is okay, they need bullpen. But what are they? I mean, I feel bad for the Red Sox fan because I don't know what they're doing this offseason. They're kind of confusing. Their team is like a mess right now still.
Yeah, and they're far apart in the Rafael Devers extension talks.
I think Devers is gone next year or at the trade deadline.
Yeah, they offered him $240. His camp asked for $300.
Oh my God!
Man, he's like 25, I think, around. And he's going to get paid. He's going to get $300 million next year, one way or another.
He's looking at the Boegarts contract right now.
And elite, 11 years, 280. Like, what the freaking hell, man? But like, if they trade him, they might as well just tear the thing down and build around Mastaka, Yoshida. Trade for sale because it's pointless keeping him. Like at that point, if you're gonna let Devers go, and I did hear see on Twitter that they were quietly taking phone calls to see what they can get for Devers. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to wake up and be like, they traded Devers to the Dodgers. Like, so one of their favorite trading partners, the Dodgers. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I think the Dodgers are going to be one of the biggest suitors for Ohtani next year.
Really?
So I think that's one reason they're not spending big this offseason. They may go the trade route. You know, they let Trey Turner go. They said like they're using Gavin.
Jansen Turner might go also.
So they're clearing a lot of money, like $100 million off the books. And then next year they've got more. So it puts them in a prime spot to make a huge bid for Ohtani. So I think they're going to be one of the top teams to go after him. I can't see the Angels re-signing him unless they play really well this year.
No,
he's still going to get $300+ million. He's only 27. He's young, and he's good. So
I can see. I think I can see him going to the Mets. Mets, Dodgers, and don't count out the Yankees either. Maybe
I wouldn't rule out the Yankees. I mean, you know, if he's a fit in Queens, he's a fit in the Bronx.
Yes.
Right. The market's the market. New York is New York. I know the Bronx is different than Queens. I get it, but fans are just as brutal in Queens as they are in the Bronx. So they let you know what the deal is, right? They cheer, they love you, they boo you. That's just the way that it is in New York. It's the territory. So he's seen it firsthand. But again, I mean, I could see him staying on the West Coast, but would I be surprised if he came east?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a bigger market for marketing, and the Japanese players do extremely well playing in New York. So, and I do think the Yankees have this one kid, Murakami, from first base in Japan on their radar for after when Anthony Rizzo, his contract is up. This kid will be right around the time for posting. And he hit 57 home runs this past year.
Oh, so, is that the guy who broke the record?
Yep, Sadaharu's record.
Yeah.
Yep. And he wants to come to the majors. He wants to come here. He just signed, I think, a 2 or 3 year deal, but he can't be posted until he's 25 anyway. So, like, I think he's 22 now, maybe if that, or maybe he's turning 23. So it's going to fall into place when it does. If he gets posted earlier, then I think the teams have to give up international spending money for that. But one way or another, I could see the Yankees going hard after him if they don't get any other Japanese players before that.
Wow, yeah.
That's just my take on it. But dude,
that's gonna be interesting to see if that. Imagine him in Yankee Stadium. He'll hit over. Yeah, he can hit over 60 home runs in Yankee Stadium.
He's hitting bombs left and right. He's a big, stocky player too. Yeah. He's big. And I could see his power translating. And I know it didn't translate as much for Matsui, but Hideki Matsui still had some big bombs. He was World Series MVP. I think his impact will still be. He's more of a prototypical home run hitter than Matsui was. This guy's got serious power. He's serious power, man. So
this guy, this guy's better. Is this guy better than the player that the Red Sox got?
Mastaka Yoshida.
Yeah,
he's got significantly more power numbers, and he profiles more as like a, your left-handed Barry Bonds type and whatnot, and there's always an adjustment period. But this guy's got, he's probably been the new Sadaharu, who's the guy who has 800 home runs in Japan. This is the new guy.
Wow, I'm already envisioning a lineup with Judge and him in the same batting third and 3 and 4, which.
I would love to go to Japan just to go to the Olympics and go see a couple of these games, watch this dude play.
But imagine him and Judge in the same lineup, though.
Oh my God. Oh, it'd just be scary. It's going to be like, the Padres are going to be scary now.
Oh my God.
And what's his name? Oh God, you got Boegarts, Soto, Machado.
Tatis is suspended, right, for 20 games.
Yeah, I think he's got another 40 games he has to serve or something like that.
Yes.
And there was talk about, and I don't really believe this, but there's talk about will they trade him to the Yankees or the Yankees are fit. I don't see the fit there. I think they're going to move him to the outfield.
I don't want Tatis Jr.
I don't want him either. I don't want anything to do with that. So I would, at that point, I'd rather take Correa instead of giving up half my team for a guy that's been pop for juicing and is having a bunch of.
And plus, he has a big contract already, so I don't want to deal with another
13-year deal. It's a crazy deal. So like, no, thank you, no, thank you. Good luck in San Diego, but no, thank you. Keep it there. Keep it there, man. Dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on, talking to us, about some Yankee stuff. And it's good to get your insight on what's going on at the major league level. I think Rodon is probably the next domino to fall. I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, I'm gonna go live on Wednesday night as well, so hopefully that news will break Wednesday night, so we can report. It'd be kind of cool. So if you're around, feel hop on. I'm gonna see if I can get Hector. I'm assuming get a couple other folks on here that night as well. So, but it'll be fun to talk about, man. But dude, folks, make sure you go check out Nithin's channel too. Okay.
Yeah. Go follow the Enter Our Sports Show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spreaker, Spotify, on all the podcast platforms, and right here, Jersey Sporting News. Go follow that too. We go cover games in person and write articles and interview people in person too. So go check that out. And also, we do events now with the athletes. For example, like we host events with to do autograph signings with these fans. So we hosted an event with Luis Severino, Jose Chirino. Yesterday we did one with Frankie Edgar. I got 2 coming up this weekend. Saturday with the Leonard Marshall, former Giant, and then Sunday, Oswaldo Cabrera. We're doing one with in Belmar. So you should come out. Yeah, Jason, come get the. I'll send you the link so you can get if you want to come down Sunday from 1 to 3. It's in Belmar.
Cool.
Oswaldo Cabrera. So
dude, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you guys can check it out. And also, before we go, I want to bring up an underrated signing that no one talked about yet. I mean, no one's really talking about Kevin Kiermaier to the Blue Jays. I feel like that's he's still got it left. He still something left in the tank, and the Blue Jays got a good one in Kevin Kiermaier. So they stole it from the Rays, and now they got to face them. So
he also fixed the Yankees pretty well.
I know.
They kept him in the division. Went from the Rays to the Jays. Like that's and he's still an elite defender.
Mm-hmm.
And I know George Springer kind of ended at the end of the playoffs with that big bad collision, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so hopefully he's okay. But getting a guy like Kiermaier gives him a lot of versatility in that lineup in the outfield. It allows him to move Springer to a corner outfield spot if they want, or at the very least give him a DH day or something. So make life easier. I do see them trading probably somebody like Alejandro Kirk. There's some teams that need catchers, so they've got a lot of catchers there. And
bring him to the Yankees. Bring Kirk to the Yankees.
Oh, maybe. But I wouldn't rule him out for Brian Reynolds either.
Yeah. And keep an eye on Brian Reynolds. He could potentially be a game changing player for the Yankees if it happens.
Yeah, you put him right in that number 2 spot or number 1 spot, man. Oh boy. Good.
And he'll be your fastest player on the team, in my opinion. Yeah.
And dude, you can lead him off and put DJ second, Judge third, Stanton fifth. Like you could load up. You could really load up. And again, like if they add anybody else, it's just icing on the cake. But
thank you again, Jason. This has been awesome, and keep up the great work with your show. And definitely, I'll try and jump on hopefully Wednesday night if news breaks with Carlos Rondon or any other player. But this is awesome, great work, and everyone go follow Jason, 161 River Ave. He does a great job there, and our fans should be following him too. So go follow him right now and go check his stuff out. Thank you.
And please follow Nithin as well, guys. Won't be disappointing. You'll be up to date on everything. That's what we love to do. We like keeping you folks updated on everything important.
Yeah.
I want you to be in the loop.
Let's go.
Thanks so much, man. I'll talk to you next time, bro.
Yeah, I'll send you I'm going to send you the link right now, actually.
Cool.